Hey guys, today is May 5 and today's topic is misconceptions of. This has come back from last year because it was really popular last year. As you can see from the title, I've chosen misconceptions of suicidal thoughts. I'd just like to put a trigger warning if you're more likely or if you think you might be triggered by talking about this topic, then you don't have to watch. Just show it to other people, maybe that you think might have misconceptions or that might help them to better understand it. My first point is that it's possible to have these thoughts but with no plan to actually go through with them. And this is a misconception because people think that if you've got those thoughts, then you've got a plan to go through with those thoughts. But that's not always the case. I can tell you from personal experience, I've gone through 2 or 3 bouts where I've had those thoughts of killing myself, but I haven't actually had a plan about how I'm going to do that. So, no, you don't always have to have a plan just because you've got those thoughts. And linking on from that, another misconception is that you don't have intention to carry out that plan. You could have intention to carry out the plan, but you don't always have that intention. Sure, sometimes it's there, sometimes you think that it's the better option, and if you do think it's a better option, I'm always here to talk, try and help you. There's always hotlines you can call. I'll try and link some of them down below in the description if you're in a crisis, because if you're in a crisis it's better to go to an actual hotline, but I'm always here to talk if you want to. So, yes and no, but next misconception is that it's to be taken as a joke and a laughing matter, and that people that say these don't actually mean it. Now, sometimes, granted, they don't actually mean it, but sometimes they do. And the people that say it but don't mean it are usually the ones that don't understand. And the people that say it but do mean it, that's not to be taken as a joke. To be fair, anyone that says it shouldn't be taken as a joke. But like, some people try and make it a joke, and leading on from that it shouldn't be taken seriously because no one really struggles with these thoughts. People do. Like, why do you think the suicide rates are so much higher than the homicide rates? I think it's been the last 30 or so years, 35 years or so, that suicide rates are higher than homicide rates in the US. Because people do really struggle and it should be taken seriously. We need better funding in this to understand why these thoughts are here, how they got there, and once they're there, or if they get into that person's head, how to help them, how to talk them down, help them realise hope, because people do really struggle and it should be taken seriously. Next misconception is that it'll pass in time, so you don't really need to help that person because they'll get over it. No. If that person has those thoughts, even if you think they don't mean them, help them, talk to them. Suggest that they go and check out different charities, different hotlines, or just talk to people. Talk about what their thoughts actually are. It can really help them, and it can make them feel less suicidal because they realise that They're not hopeless, they're not worthless. People do care about them, and they do have a purpose in life. They just need to realise that some people, they don't realise it, and that's why those thoughts get into that person's head. And the final misconception from me is that only teenage girls have them, and it's to do with hormones. No, that's not the case. Anyone can have them, any age, any gender. Like, it's not just teenage girls. And no, it's not to do with hormones. People just try and link hormones to anything that they think only teenagers struggle with, or only traits that teenagers have. They try and link it to hormones. Oh, you're still angsty, you haven't grown up enough, you're not mature. No. Suicidal thoughts can happen to anyone, whether it be age 5, whether it be age 15, or whether it be age 90. I don't know. It can happen to anyone of any age, of any gender. That's my video over. Sorry if it sounded a bit ranty. I didn't want it to sound ranty. I just wanted to get those misconceptions to not be misconceptions so people understand them better. Check back tomorrow where I'll be doing my 6th video, which is what does recovery mean to me. So that's tomorrow, and continue to use the hashtag MHW2K16. Bye!